Eating too much of sugar, eating too much of sugar, um, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have a diabetic or okay, especially these are artificial sugars and food that contain, these artificial sugars. Okay, but there's a new alarming find that there's new alarming research that is, warning us that anytime you consume sugar in a large quantity, okay, when you consume sugar, the body has to break it down, the insulin has to control the sugar in our system. But there's different thing going on in our system, especially when it comes to cancer, formation of cancer. Sugar play a major role in what formation of cancer, and let me explain it well. Okay, when you consume a sugar, too much sugar, and your body responds to it, use it to do other things, to energy. And if you are someone that you are not fortunate and cancer cells start forming, cancer cells when they start forming, for them they don't die off. But the normal cells when they start forming, they die off and a new one will come. But the cancer cells when they start forming, they don't die. They will be there and be multiplying, getting nutrients from other parts of the body, and they will be multiplying. Now let me come back to why I'm saying sugar play a major role in what cancer cell formation. Though they don't necessarily apply to the size of the cancer or the size of the tumor, but they play a major role in what in cancer formation. See, when cancer cells start forming, according to research, cancer cells consume 100 times of what sugar or glucose more than the normal cells. You see, the normal cells they also consume the sugar, but the cancer cells consume 50 to 100 times more than the normal cells. Okay, so when the cancer cells start forming, they will start feeding on the sugar, that excess sugar that is in your system, and they will start growing small, small, small. And when they multiply, they consume the sugar more to what multiply again. That is why it is advisable to stay away from especially artificial sugar. Okay, because when there is too much sugar in your system and you are not fortunate, it will assist the cancer cell to multiply. Let's say if there's an abnormal cell that's have started growing and your system has to get rid of it. Because there is too much sugar in your system, those abnormal cells will start feeding on the sugar and they will use it to be active and multiply. That is why most people that have this cancer issue, most of the time their diet does not contain sugar. Okay, they probably tell them to avoid sugar because excess sugar can assist the cancer cells to multiply, not necessarily that they should increase inside, the tumor should increase inside, but they give that cancer cell ability to to multiply, create their own blood vessels, and start feeding from the body, getting nutrient and oxygen. So please, too much sugar is not only linked to diabetic, but if you are not fortunate, you can be feeding you any cancer or any abnormal cell that is growing in your system. So we should be very careful when we are dealing with sugar, especially artificial sugars.